What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 29th day of September. Yes, the 29th is the final day or two left in the month here. We've got about a full 7 days left in this week, guys. It's a brand new week right now. We're 20 minutes into this new day, into this new week here. Massive deficit with last week's close, 20% down. That is one of the larger weeks that we've seen, up or down over the past month now, and definitely interesting, bouncing right off of that 10 cent area. Psychological support. Is it possible that that's the low? I think so. If Bitcoin and the rest of the markets go down, if we see a little bit more of a drop, though, I wouldn't be too surprised or thrown off if Cookie DAO saw lower prices as well. But that 786 could provide immaculate support in which we do return to the upside with a quickness. I really would expect that Cookie DAO sees not just new all-time highs, but dramatically higher all-time highs. Right here we are at $10 or 10.6 cents right now. I would very much expect that we see something that's well above $2 by the end of October, if not sometime early in November. I mean, a move just like this is coming our way, you guys. Going into the end of the year, we should also see progress as far as higher prices go. I would expect that Cookie DAO is somewhere around, anywhere from $4 or $10 by the end of this year. Some dramatically higher prices, high to low here. The expectation by the end of October is something in this area here. By the end of December is more like something in this area right here. Time will tell. We'll see how it goes, but a lot of potential here. A lot of potential. It's on discount. A lot of people, what they're doing right now is they're looking around the space and they're trying to find out which cryptos have been pumping. While everything else is down, which crypto has been pumping? Odds are those coins will still pump. You'll make money with those coins. Also, odds are, because they've been pumping, they might be more in a time where they're going to dump or correct, consolidate, while the rest of the market has been doing that already. Everything kind of takes its turn. So I think it's best not to look for coins that have been pumping over the past week or two. While that might be a good strategy, it might be, there might be more that needs to be done other than that at a surface level. I think it might be more beneficial to look at coins like Cookie that are on a massive discount, man. 20% in the last week. The average altcoin last week closed 4% to the downside. So the fact that you're down 20%, I mean, if that scares you, then maybe not. But if that intrigues you, look into it, right? Look up what Cookie DAO is about. Read their white paper. Go on their X page and all that stuff. See what's going on. Check out cookie.fun. I think that this thing is a diamond in the rough. It's a true gem. It's a true gem, man. We look at Cookie here, and the market cap is 65 million. I mean, that's fairly low. It's fairly low. But who knows? I mean, maybe its market cap will get realized by the end of October. We'll start to see some more proper valuations, and then we get into those extended valuations going into the end of the year and going into the end of this cycle. Or, maybe we'll have a more gradual approach. But either way, I think that at a $65 million market cap, it is very low. We could see a 10x easy, a 100x. That would put us at $6.5 billion. That's not easy, but 6.5 billion is not asking the world, right? That's not the highest market cap. There are cryptos that are come and gone with those kind of market cap levels. Market caps that, or cryptos that come out at those valuations and then they go away forever. High Trump coin, coins like that, let alone something that has actual fundamental value to it. It's definitely possible that we could see 100x or more with this thing by the end of the cycle, which I think will be Q1 or Q2 of 2026. But we'll get more into that maybe in another video. Right now, I want to talk about the short-term stuff. 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this, it's actually a nice little recovery we had going into the end of the week. Interesting. But on the 1 hour, how come on the weekly? I guess we do have a little bit of a wick. Okay. That was just that last hour there pushing up. Right, because that would have been the low. Or that was not the low, or was it? Yes, it was. This would have been the low on Friday. Okay. 1 hour time frame here. Looking at these indicators, the RSI is overbought. Overall, very volatile. Getting overbought, getting oversold, getting overbought again, but more bullish, I would say, than bearish. And that makes sense. Just kind of looking at you right now, I would say that you look like you want to kind of move up from here. Stochastics look bullish as well on the 1 hour time frame, which isn't really saying much, right? Because it's just the 1 hour. And the MACD looks bullish, same thing. It doesn't really mean much because it's the 1 hour time frame. But you do look good. You do look good. It's possible that you found your low, Cookie. While we were assuming that you'd go lower, it is very possible that you found your low. The RSI downtrend looks like it's breaking. The stochastics are taking a bullish shape, and the MACD is getting pretty bullish as well. It's one thing to build bullish momentum and go nowhere, but you're actually building here, and it looks like you want to keep building. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. Interesting looks here. Daily time frame, bouncing right off the oversold zone, you guys. I mean, come on. Can it get any better than that? Right at the 786 from that overall low to high. If we're looking at this from a low to high as well. Right there at the 1272. Daily stochastics are looking good. You know, if we can close here or higher today, in the next 23 hours, 33 minutes, if today the 29th can close here or higher, I think that we would flip bullish on Cookie DAO. Ideally, actually higher, not here. We want to close higher. You want to close the day green, not red. And then we'd flip bullish, maybe entertaining the thought that this is the low. I mean, to be fair, we should entertain it already. We should very well entertain that 10 cents. I mean, it's a perfect psychological level for support. Why wouldn't we find support there? We did say for a while that going just below 10 cents, which is what we did, could be where we find support. Now, I want to be clear. We thought this was the low back here. Right here, we were thinking we'd go lower, and then after this day, we're like, oh, I guess maybe that is the low. We started to look good, but we gave it all up, right? We had that bullish weekly close, all the good things we just gave up over this past week. Now the doors to sub 10 cents are definitely open, but if we have a proper reaction here, I mean, you guys, 10 cents is a very psychological level of support. You have prior resistance right here on a closing level as well, just showing the significance. Once you broke above it, it was go time. Maybe holding it, it'll still be go time. Bouncing off the oversold zone as well. Stochastics coming out of the oversold zone, and if we could get the MACD to cross above the zero and not reject the zero, that combination of those three things, I mean, man, I would be very curious to see what happens next. To validate that this is the low, to believe full-heartedly that it is the low, first things first, we need to get above the 236, which is at 13.4 cents. Then we need to get above the 382. At that point, I would say not the 382, but this high. If we can get above this high, I would think that we found the low. At that point, 17.3 cents, that would validate, in my opinion, that that's the low. And what's great about that, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you're like me and you believe Cookie DAO is going to see new all-time highs, this asset is so forgiving. It really is so forgiving, because right now, if you're playing the guess and check kind of game, if you're like, I want to buy here, but what if it goes lower? No sweat. 10 cents is a way bigger discount than 17 cents. Don't let me tell you otherwise. But if you're like me and you think this thing's going to see new all-time highs, even at 17 cents, even at 18 cents, just to get back to this high, let alone new all-time highs, you're doubling your money. The risk reward is so forgiving with this thing. You really can wait for what's crazy is like you can wait for a 60-70% pump from here, and you could still decisively buy at an area you believe will give you a 2x return or more, because that's not the all-time high. The all-time high is all the way up there. And then at that point, you very much do validate this as a low. You don't have to worry about any downside, or any downside that comes. You don't have to worry about going lower than this low here, right? It's just better opportunities to buy. If anything, I don't know if this is the low. And again, just to address that real quick, right? Like we pump from here, I'm not going to celebrate like, I called it. We could go as low as 8.5 cents. We could even go a little lower. But damn it, if 10 cents doesn't make sense to find support at. I'm not calling for it to be the low yet. We've got some things that are set up on the on these indicators. I'm not afraid of calling for this to be the low before we get to 17 cents, but I need to see more on the charts. I need to see more development before we get there. And I need to see more out of Bitcoin and the rest of the markets as well. I need to be convinced that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not moving lower either, okay? Weekly time frame. RSI is right at the same area that we bounced from before at the 40, literally right there. That doesn't mean we can't go lower. We could go lower this week and then move up, closing green this week still. We could have a lower low. Like this week could be the week we hit 9 cents, 8.5 cents for support, and we come back up and close green, right? It can be a volatile week. Stochastics look bearish. The MACD looks bearish. Two bearish things versus one bullish prospect. I don't know. In all fairness, too, just because the MACD crossed below the zero doesn't necessarily mean it's bearish right now. We do have bullish divergence. And sometimes you do just go right below the zero. And we know Cookie's kind of been a weird one, so we'll give you the benefit of the doubt there. I don't think Cookie's in jeopardy. I very much do believe that we're going to see new all-time highs here any day now, any week now. You're going to be surprised and at the same time not surprised at all. I'm telling you, it's going to be a whirlwind of emotions, man. Once we're up here, you're going to be like, I wasn't certain down here. I felt like, I was too nervous. I was too scared, but damn it, I knew it was going to do this. This was the plan all along. I knew it. I feel dumb for not buying more. It's going to be a whole whirlwind of emotions because you get here and it's going to feel like, duh, of course it was going here. Of course it was going higher. But in moments like this, it's just funny how our psychology is. It's funny how the mind works tricks on you, right? Like this is a very clear, obvious buying area. I would have a feeling that any people who are feeling like this is not a buying area or that they're kind of intimidated with Cookie DAO, they don't know how to feel about it. I would assume that you bought at other levels that were higher, right? Maybe even bought back here, something like that, or back here where I first started investing. Not here when we started mentioning it again, like every day. Even here though, with the highs and then the fact that it came back down. If you bought back here right now, it might be easy to say, damn, I don't know, should I be buying more right here or not? But if you didn't buy any of these higher levels, especially, I bet if you had cash on the side designated for this, it would be no question. There'd be no question at all that this is the right moment to buy. This is the best time to buy. Even if we go to 8.5 cents, you're at 10.7 cents now. Even if we go there, this is a pretty good area to buy. Because what, 8.5 cents is this move, right? That's the move, 8.5 cents. But we're talking about a move that'll take you up above $1, above $2 even. It's not even comparable. It's not even comparable, man. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. I'm expecting good things out of Cookie DAO. That's really all I want to leave you guys with. I don't have anything else. 8.3 cents, 8.5 cents at the lowest. And I really do think that depends on Bitcoin. If I'm right, Bitcoin should see a lower low. That lower low should drag Cookie and other altcoins down with it. It doesn't have to. But if I'm wrong, maybe Bitcoin's found its low. And if Bitcoin found its low, Cookie and the rest of the markets might start moving up here as well. But I kind of do expect that we'll drop down going into the coming days. So I got nothing else. I'll just end it there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.